Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about The Running Man from 1987, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And joining me today is writer, artist, philanthropist, playboy Jack Markham. How are you, Jack?
You forgot genius.
Oh,
The one thing
fuck
I asked
it.
you to say.
Yeah, shit. Now I haven't earned that tenner.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Shit, right. Next
Yeah,
time it's going to my notes. Genius.
you folded at the last hurdle.
I did. Bollocks. All right, take two. No, never mind. Um, so yeah, we're reviewing The Running Man. So as I said in our last video, Frankenstein, we are we are starting off with a non-spoiler section, and then we will give a warning for spoilers. So that's how we're going to run these moving forward. Jack, is this your first time watching The Running Man? Because I've seen it multiple times at this stage.
It is. It was my first time. I watched it today, and I was very surprised to find out that this was a Stephen King novel.
Yes, I
That didn't occur to me at all when I was watching it. I only found it out afterwards, and
yeah.
I'm pretty impressed that this came from him. It's not. It doesn't seem like something that Stephen King would write.
Well, I have a few notes
Um,
on that. So I saw this when I was really young, and I've seen it a few times, and I found out it was based on a Stephen King novel, or AKA Richard Bachman at the time. That yeah, I when I found out, I was like, this is based on a Stephen King book. That can't be right. I have read the book since, and they're very different. The book is very different than the movie. You would have to
okay.
take them as they're separate entities. So it's like the basic concept is taken, but not much else. So it's very
I was going to
different.
ask you if you've read it and what the differences were.
Yeah.
Um,
So the
yeah.
I believe the new movie is going to
So
be
go on.
more. I believe the new movie is going to be more in line with the book. So like the plot and the themes of the book are quite different. Ben Richards is very different. He's more of an everyman who enters the game show out of desperation because he can't afford medicine for his sick kid. Uh,
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's very different. Yeah.
it's very different. So it's kind of like yeah, he enters the game show because it's the only way he can get the money. So it is very different, and he's more of an everyday man, whereas like Ben Richards is, well, it's Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger. So
Do you reckon whoever was in charge of this flick kind of restructured the energy of the story to be more of a Schwarzenegger film than a Stephen King epic?
Joe, that could be
Do
very
you reckon maybe that
possible. Yeah,
was
that could be very possible
that
because
could
I
be a factor?
I think I have heard of films where that has happened before, where it's like Arnie comes on board, so they redo it a little bit, because it is very
Hmm.
much an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
I would say so too, yeah. And to be honest with you, I found two things about this. It's like one, it seemed like through the opening crawl, it seemed like a bit of a spiritual influence sequel to George Orwell's 1984. Like there's no art, there's no music, everyone's controlled, the media
Yeah,
controls everything.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
it felt like that, and it also felt like a lot like Demolition Man.
It
So,
does,
but
yeah.
I'm only after looking up there that Demolition Man came a couple of years after this. So I reckon, you know how Stallone and Arnie had that kind of back and forth
Yeah,
during this period where
yeah.
they'd copy each other's films? Do you reckon
Rambo,
Demolition Man was like,
Commando, you know.
yeah, Rambo and Commando, and yeah. And maybe Demolition Man was Stallone's answer to this. You know?
Maybe, who knows?
Who
I'm not
knows?
I'm not too sure, but it is very much an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. But it's interesting to watch this because I've watched a number of his movies recently, and when you go back and watch this, you can really see that he has progressed quite a bit as a performer since this one. I mean, he's got good screen presence, and he really
Mm.
suits the tone of the movie. But his performances later in his career, I think, get much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt a lot like Total Recall as well. Like I had to look up who the director of Total Recall was because I could have sworn it was made by the same guy.
Right.
Um, just by the tone of it, but maybe that is because it's a Schwarzenegger film, and this was him at his kind of peak. And maybe that's why a lot of his films like kind of feel similar when you're watching them. Like, because
Mm,
well, for me anyway, it's like when I'm watching Kindergarten Cop and Junior, they feel like they're the same director. You know, it's like, but they're not. They're like a different crowd.
right.
Do you know? Do you get what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say? It's like
I
his
get
films
what you. Yeah,
are very similar.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So we'll start off with our non-spoiler thoughts first. So first of all, I really like the concept, this insane game show, which we'll get more into the details of exactly what the game show is in a bit. I just don't want to spoil too many things just yet. As I said before, it's different to the book in terms of themes and plot. Um, I think this movie's a fun
Mm.
watch. You get lots of Arnie puns, and
Oh yeah,
you
yeah. He
do, yeah.
really does the Sean Connery James Bond approach where he takes out a bad guy and then gives a one-liner as he's
Yes,
walking away.
yes. There's a few. Sub Zero? No, just plain zero.
Yeah. Do you remember when Fireball? He's like Fireball. What a hothead.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say a few, but
Yeah.
then I remember we don't want to spoil too many things. Not that there's really
Okay.
too much to spoil in this movie. It's not one of those kind of movies. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's just, I would
And
just say,
all yeah, it's like what, 50 years old now or 40 years old?
yeah, but even at that, like, there's some really old movies I haven't seen that I wouldn't like spoiled on me. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm of the
sure.
opinion that even though if a movie's old, like, try not to spoil, because I know people who haven't seen The Sixth Sense yet, and my
Well, yeah, there's some oldies that I haven't seen yet that I wouldn't like
yeah,
spoiled. So I know what you mean. It's like anyone who hasn't seen Citizen Kane doesn't know what the mystery is. You know, it's
that
like or like The Usual Suspects. It's like if you've seen it, you know. If you haven't
yeah,
seen it, you
it's
don't.
interesting you should bring those two up because Citizen Kane was ruined on me because I still haven't seen it yet. I was like, fuck's sake, and my daughter for ages wanted to see Usual Suspects, but they were like trying so hard not to find out what the spoiler is. You know, one
Mm.
of the most famous twists in movie history. It's very hard to try and avoid it, but they managed it.
Yeah, it's a bit like back in the day. It's like there was when Game of Thrones was coming out when I was like a teenager. It'd come out week by week, and everyone who was watching it had like swore a secret pact not to spoil anything. So we couldn't
Yeah.
actually talk about the episode unless it was like 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't worry too much about spoilers, but we'll still give a spoiler warning anyway. But if something slips out, don't worry about it too much. It's really
Hmm.
just a fun action romp that doesn't really tax the brain too much.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's funny you should say that it's very different from the book because when I was watching it, I could see where the idea of the novel was, um,
yeah,
where like the TV show was like the the, the point of everyone's culture. It was like number one in the world that everyone was watching,
yeah,
and I found that interesting. And they were using ex-cons as
yeah,
sacrifices on this show. I was like, okay, that's very novel. I could see a writer writing that.
yeah.
But
I
I'd love
actually,
to hear where the differences are. So you'll have to clue me in on
yeah.
what exactly is
Well,
different.
one big one I'll tell you now is that it doesn't take place in that kind of. It has this area in this movie. It has an area where it all takes place in, but in the book, it's like he's out in the city. He can go anywhere he wants. He can travel anywhere he wants, and everyone's after him. So if you get him and turn him in, like you'll win money.
Mm. Oh
Which
right,
I
okay, fair enough.
yeah, which I believe the new movie is gonna be doing that sort of idea. So
Yeah.
the
By the way, I love when like 80s movies and movies from this era do like a prediction of what the future is going to look like because this is set in 2017, and I'm watching it going. It just like it's just 80s like sci-fi. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
when Back to the Future went to 2015 and looks
yeah,
nothing like 2015
yeah.
actually look. I love when movies from this period do that. It's
Yeah.
just I don't know, it puts a
Although it
charm
has
to it. You know?
this movie has some scenes of deep fake in it.
That's right. Yeah, they
Yeah.
kind of there's a few moments in here I'm kind of like, okay, they actually did get a few things right here because they make a bunch of like fake videos and they alter clips and things like this. And I'm like, that's pretty real. Like that happens.
Yeah.
So they're not miles off.
No, I mean they got some stuff. Right, so I'm gonna continue on with my favorite quote from the movie because I just really this bit always made me laugh. It's the way Arnie delivers it. It's just the intensity and the tone of this scene. So I won't say exactly when it is, but he says, I've written down here word for word, right? So he says, I live to see you eat that contract, but I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine. I fucking love that. That's that's
Oh yeah, this
poetry.
is one of these Schwarzenegger characters who have no chill. This guy has no
Yeah, no,
chill. He's like unhinged.
he's fucking. You're dead right. He's unhinged because even the game show host who he says that to is usually cool, calm, and collected. But when he sees Arnie deliver those lines, he looks genuinely rattled.
Yeah, like out of all the characters that Arnie's played, this is the one I'd probably want to meet the least. Because
Yeah, yeah,
he's really aggressive towards everyone in
yeah.
this one.
He's got resting pissed
Um,
off face.
yeah, and now you can kind of get where he's coming from. Like he was wrongfully convicted of a crime he didn't commit,
Yeah,
and
which we'll get
the
into.
media spun it, and they
Yeah,
made a mock of him, calling him a murderer and all this. So
yeah,
he has every right to be pissed off.
yeah.
Uh, there's
So
one line in it where he says where he goes, "I'll be back," and I'm like, "Ah, come on, that's not in the book. That is
no,
definitely
no,
not in the book.
that
That's
no,
you're
that's
just
like
referencing Terminator there."
yeah, but if you watch a lot of Arnie movies from around then, he fits it into almost all of them.
Well,
So
the only one I seen him fitted into bar this one was do you remember when the Expendables came out
yeah.
and he's there with Bruce Willis and Bruce Willis goes, "I'll be back," and then Arnie goes to him, "Oh, yippee ki But it's like they know it's gratuitous. Like that's the
Yeah,
kind of point of the film. It's gratuitous violence.
yeah. No, there's
Uh,
there's a good few movies where he says "I'll be back" because it became his catchphrase after Terminator.
yeah, Jesus, imagine it's
Um,
like that'd be like Tobey Maguire doing another film and just coming out with, "I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye," just to remind people that he was Spider-Man once. Like, you
or
know what I
uh,
mean?
or Pizza Time.
Yeah, pizza time.
So yeah, the tone of this movie is it's it's at times goofy and it's at times brutally violent. So it's an interesting sort of mix. You referenced Demolition Man. That's kind of a yeah similar sort of vibe to that. But this, I mean, there's scenes in this that are pretty brutal,
Mm,
which we'll get into in a bit. But yeah, for the most part, it's just a goofy action movie that's a bit of fun to watch. So yeah, the Running Man's it's a brutal game show watched by a bloodthirsty crowd and run by sociopaths. Basically, is what the
yeah,
Running Man
pretty much.
is, and I think the casting for Killian is perfect. The guy who plays the game show host, I think he plays it brilliantly, and he's just such
Yeah.
a scumbag. Like you're just rooting for him to get his comeuppance, and does he?
Yeah,
We'll find out in the spoiler
you
section.
know, he reminded me of that kind of two-faced businessman from that episode of BTOS we covered, who got Mr.
Yeah,
Freeze's wife killed. Because
Ferris
he's like,
Boyle.
yeah, Ferris Boyle. He reminded me of him because do you remember the guy was mopping and he hit him in the foot and he was like, "Oh no, no, don't worry about it. You're doing an excellent job." And then he gets in the lift and he goes, "Yeah, fire that man immediately." It's like this kind of
Yes, yeah, he's
two-faced CEO shit. And it's like,
yeah,
yeah, that's who he reminded me of
yeah.
in those moments.
I mean, the himself and the crowd that watch the show are absolute sociopaths, and it's interesting as well because they've such little empathy for people, and then it's weird because when okay, there's a little bit of a spoiler. Don't worry about it though, everybody. One of the stalkers, which we'll explain what they are in a second. When the first stalker dies, they treat it with such reverence and they have like a moment of silence.
Mm,
It's very
yeah.
weird. Um, so we're gonna
And it's all because like these stalkers I assume in this world are like fan favorites. Like
they're
they're on the show every week killing
they're
people.
idolized. Yeah, even
Yeah, they're like the gladiators of this.
yeah,
They're heroes basically to these people, and it's funny
even
because the like the main kind of audience that he talks to are like old women, like
yeah, yeah.
elderly women watching this, like people getting murdered.
I thought that was a great choice.
Yeah, I know it's hilarious.
Yeah, even like talking about the stalkers being idolized. There's like one of them who's called Buzzsaw. He punches a fan, And the fan's like, he touched me. Did you see that? He touched me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he punches him in the face and like his nose is bleeding, and the fan is like
Yeah.
so stoked that, that he made
Yeah.
contact with him.
There was
Yeah.
also an ad for another game show that I thought was hilarious. What was it called? Climbing for Dollars, I believe it was called. Do you remember
Yeah, yeah.
that?
I
Where
spotted that.
yeah, where he has to climb a rope and collect money while there's like fucking crazed dogs at the bottom. I'm like, oh my god, people are treating this like it's just a fun game show.
I know, like, do you remember me and you were talking recently, and I said, like, there's certain fictional worlds that I wouldn't want to visit.
Yeah, this
I
would be
feel
up there.
if this is, I don't think I'd visit this world,
Imagine
just
for
because that's what the society worships, like people getting eaten alive. Like, who are these savages?
imagine to fund the next Pirate Hunter book, you had to go on the Running Man or Climbing for Dollars or something like that.
Oh, I'd give it a go. I'd bring me rapier and I'd go in there and I'd chop up Buzzsaw and I'd
Yeah.
make a little quip.
Yeah, I actually think you'd be a good stalker on the show, the duelist or something like that.
But you know what, right? Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to go up against Schwarzenegger, to be honest. But all the rest of them, yeah. Why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
You know,
Even looking at Schwarzenegger's face, I have a picture of him on screen here, and he just constantly looks pissed off and aggressive
I
in this
know.
movie.
He's so angry in this one.
Like that's the one face I don't want looking at me. Like,
Yeah, and do you remember who was the first guy that they when they're putting the tube and the three lads and it's like a hockey arena
yeah.
that
Do you
they're
know
in
what? We're
and
gonna
there's
get into
one.
that. We're gonna get into that in a second because we'll just wrap up the non-spoiler section, and then we'll get into
Okay,
more details with
okay,
all
we're
that.
still
So,
non-spoilers, right? Gotcha.
um, so basically, there's nothing fantastic in terms of the writing in this, but I would say it's a fun action movie that if you're sitting with a group of friends watching, I think you'll have a good time watching it. So don't expect anything too deep in terms of the writing. There's some cool stuff here and there, but I would recommend this movie. Jack, what about yourself?
I'd recommend it. I thought I had loads of fun watching it. I thought
Yeah.
it was a really good crack.
Yeah, and I'm
Checking
really
this out.
because I haven't
Mm.
talked to Jack about this. So I'm really looking forward to hearing his spoiler thoughts in a second. So yeah, thumbs up
Mm.
for yourself.
Oh yeah, big thumbs up. I like this one. Yeah, definitely. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because I wasn't sure. I was worried you might think it's like a bit too fucking silly here and there or something like that. But yeah, I
Oh, I've a pretty high tolerance for nonsense, man. You should notice by now.
I do know that about you. Yeah,
I can
right.
subject myself to hours worth of shit films and just, at least I'm educated with them now.
Yeah,
They're in the memory bank.
yeah. I mean, we did review the Final Destination series after all.
Oh yeah, God, we've one more of those to do.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, 4 and 5 of that were pretty brain melting
Oh yes,
experiences.
yes. I
Mm,
still sometimes can't remember which one's which, but however. Right
mm.
now we are moving on to spoilers. Ooh, exciting! Right, let's go. So let's talk about Ben Richards. So how does he end up on the Running Man? Well, at the start of the movie, Ben Richards is in a helicopter, and it is him and a team of people, and they're ordered to shoot into a crowd of desperate civilians who are just hungry and desperate for food. But Ben refuses to shoot at the crowd, and they end up arresting him for refusing the order and making it look like he did it. So they did shoot into the crowd, and they made it look like Ben Richards did it, and he became known as the Butcher of Bakersfield. So there's a lot of instances in this movie where the network uses a lot of camera trickery to just control information and make people think what they want them to think and all that kind of stuff. So Ben gets punished for doing the right thing, and he's in this prison where they all have these collars on their necks, and if you go past a certain line, your head explodes. What did you think of all that, Jack?
Yeah, I think like that. This is the kind of the science fiction aspect of it that is pretty ahead of its time because, I mean, I assume Stephen King wrote that part of it in the book.
No, none of that's in it.
None of that's in the book.
No.
Okay, right. Well, it's just funny how like anyone could get arrested nowadays and for doing something like killing people, and they could be innocent. But like, there's always two sides of the story, and this is why I think it's kind of ahead of its time that they chopped up the footage to make it look like it was his idea to kill those people. And
Yeah,
I'm like, you can literally do that with any crime ever if there's a camera in the room.
yeah.
So this is why I kind of, there's a few moments in this film where I'm like, okay, this science fiction thing that they're doing here is actually ahead of its time for like the 80s, for an 80s film. It's like,
Yeah. And it's
yeah,
a scary thing when people can just make it look like you did something you didn't do, and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it because, people think he's a monster after this bit.
yeah. Well, I will go as far as to say that like this particular character doesn't do much to salvage his reputation once his reputation has been salvaged, because like we'll get to it, but in Act Three, like just as he's proven innocent, like he does something that is so stupid and so suspicious looking for everyone, and you know what I'm talking about.
We'll get to
But we'll
that.
get there. Yeah,
Yeah. So
he's pretty reckless, this guy.
he's
And
just
the prison
basically
thing,
he's basically a
the pri-
force of nature.
yeah, and the prison thing where people's head explode. I mean, like, that's pretty. I think maybe George Lucas borrowed that in Phantom Menace, because doesn't young Anakin say that when he's on Tatooine? He goes, "If you try to escape, your sensor will blow you up," or something like that. I think I remember that in
Right.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Who
Um,
knows? Maybe he was a fan of The Running Man.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So Ben Richards and a couple of his friends end up escaping the prison. But Ben isn't free for very long. So there's a scene where he breaks into this woman's home. Was it an old friend of his used to live there? Wasn't that it? Do you
I
remember?
think he said it was his brother.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh
it was
yes,
his
and this
brother's apartment,
yeah
and this poor girl is there sitting there doing her exercises, and he just walks in and throttles her.
this is one of the bits where, as you say, he doesn't do much for his reputation.
Yeah, no, he's just escaped from prison, and he's claiming to be innocent to everyone, but he's still really violent.
He's a
Towards
he's a
people.
bastard to this lady.
Like, if you were accused of a crime and you went to prison and you broke out of prison, wouldn't you be acting a little bit kind of, you know,
Super
nice to
nice.
people
Yeah,
just
you'd be
to
like,
try and win them over?
you'd be on your best fucking behavior, but he threatens her, he ties her up.
Oh yeah, he ties her up with her exercise equipment.
And then lifts it up to threaten her.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bit as well where we find out that his brother, because I forgot about this bit because it's a quick little line, but his brother was taken away for re-education, which is a horrifying concept.
Yeah, and it was those little lines like that kind of made me think of the whole 1984 thing, where
Mm,
like, you're taken away to be you're brainwashed and stuff like this. Like, it's I think that by the opening crawl, I read the opening crawl of this, and it kind of reminded me of that concept,
yeah,
where your government has total control over everything, and like your
yeah,
thoughts and your creativity and art and music is all gone,
yeah,
you know. It kind of reminded me of that, and yeah, there's a few lines diced in this film that made me think of that. To be honest, yeah.
yeah. So Killian from the network wants Ben Richards to be part of the game show because he thinks he'll add a bit of excitement. He kind of sees him as a good specimen to throw in there. He's like, look at
Oh
that
yeah,
mother move as he's watching him run on the camera screen. Yeah.
Arnie made me laugh. The first time the two of these met each other, and Arnie was in the cell, he said something that made me laugh. He goes, "So how would you like to be on the show?" And he goes, "Fuck you." Look, mate, just fucking. You can't just say no.
Yeah.
Like,
Try
no thanks.
bargain with him a little bit or something. But I
Yeah.
guess I guess he knows he's in a situation where it's like he has to do what he's told, so he might as well just try and be a prick to the fella.
Yeah,
um,
as if he has enough enemies. He's not even going to try to win this guy over.
uh, so yeah, so they end up putting him in the Running Man contest where allegedly you can win it, but I don't think anyone's ever really won it. I think they've lied about anyone ever winning it because we find out later that there was some ex-contestants who apparently won this mad holiday that they went on, but that wasn't true. That was more camera trickery they had died in the show, so it seems like no one's ever won it, but they've pretended like they have. They've pretended they've had
Yeah,
winners, yeah. But
yeah. It's like it's interesting how they didn't say like who was in charge of this society. It's just kind of Killian is like the spokesperson of the people, with this program.
it's like the network have
Um,
all the power or something like that.
Basically, yeah, it's kind of like the media controls everything.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, it was interesting.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so in
yeah,
the Running Man show, they have to run through various zones and they're being chased by the stalkers, and I'm so excited to finally talk about these stalkers because I think they're
yeah,
fucking awesome.
yeah.
uh,
Which one was your favorite? Just off
so
the bat.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna list them out and then we'll start talking about them. So the stalkers are Sub Zero, no, just plain Zero. We have Buzzsaw, Dynamo, and Fireball. So before I answer, Jack, who was your favorite?
Sub-Zero was my favorite out of all of them, to be honest. Um, it's
Excuse
just
me.
he reminded me of I said Sub-Zero was my personal favorite,
Yeah,
just because he reminded me of Odd Job from
yeah,
Goldfinger.
yeah, yeah.
He's reminded me of him, only he's literally wearing hockey pads.
Yeah, he's got
And he has a hockey stick with
exploding
teeth
puck.
etched into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
liked
yeah.
him. I thought he was fucking mad.
Hockey stick with that
Um,
can slice through you, an exploding hockey puck, and he's skating around. One bit that made me laugh, he's one of Arnie's friends, and he's kind of like he has him at the end of his hockey stick, and he's pushing him along. That bit always made me laugh.
yeah,
And then he pushes him
Arnie's
into
line.
go for it.
Yeah, Arnie's line. You know how when he gets Sub-Zero and he wraps the barbed wire around his neck,
Yeah,
and he like it slits his neck open and kills him, and everyone's real sad. And someone asks Arnie, "What happened to Sub-Zero?" And he goes, "Oh, he had a pain in the neck, yeah, or he was a real pain in the
he was
neck."
a real
or something.
pain. There's a lot of eye rolling puns in this, but I fucking love them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Sub Zero was the first one to fall. I think his full title is Professor Sub Zero. And I think it's because I think in the credits the actor is Professor something. So I think maybe that's why. But
Yeah, this is not to be confused with Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat,
no,
by
very
the way.
different. Yeah,
Very little in common.
very little in common.
I
Imagine
was
Sub
thinking maybe
Zero.
he'd have some kind of ice gimmick, but no, this is a hockey stick.
Yeah. So there's like segments in the show where Killian goes to the crowd and they get to pick which stalker goes after them next, which is a fun idea. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, it's Sub Zero that dies, and then they all have this weird moment of silence, like where they're really sad. I'm like, Jesus, the amount of carnage and people dying that you've seen, and now yous are all sad. Like,
Yeah,
um,
do you think they'd be immune to it by now? Because the prisoners that are contestants on this show are also people
yeah, that's the
um,
thing. They don't see them
getting
that
killed.
way. It just
Yeah,
it's an interesting commentary on that sort of thing, on like idol worship and all this kind of stuff.
yeah, and it's a little bit of class warfare as well, because it's like if you're an ex-con, like that's your only option. It's this show or just prison or
Mm,
death. Do you know?
yeah. Um.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sub Zero's the first one to go. Then we have Buzzsaw, who I think is pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
He's got a motorcycle and a chainsaw, and he's also really fucking unhinged. Um,
Yeah, he's got bleach blonde, spiked up hair.
yeah,
He's about 300 pounds. He's a maniac.
that
Uh,
guy has got to have been a wrestler at some stage. He looks like someone who would have been a
oh,
wrestler.
yeah, I would say so. I'd say like if not like in other films or whatever, he probably had some kind of wrestling career or something. He has the body for it anyway, definitely.
Yeah, and the whole demeanor. Um,
Yeah, the presence of like he enters on a motorcycle with a chainsaw, just waving a chainsaw around like on a motorcycle. Like the dude's insane. I love them.
yeah, I love the designs of the stalkers. They all have their own unique gimmick and look, and I think they're a
Mm.
real highlight of the movie. Like it's like many films, I saw this when I was far too young, and we just loved the stalkers. It was like Gladiators, only really violent.
Yeah, I mean, like, it does give off like a WWE atmosphere, kind
Yeah,
of the way they introduce these guys on the program.
yeah,
It's
for
like, and
sure.
now your favorite
Yeah.
buzzsaw, and then this lunatic comes out
Yeah.
with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so I've one question for you.
Go
Ready?
on.
What happened to Buzzsaw?
Oh God, right. Well, I hate to break it to you, Stephen, but he was in a fight with Richards, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Okay,
and
I'm
they were
gonna
fighting
stop you
over the
there. Right. Do you know what I wanted you to respond?
what?
He had to split.
Yeah, yeah, that
Because
was Arnie's
so,
little quip, wasn't
yeah,
it?
someone asked him, what happened to Buzzsaw? He had to split.
I
Because,
mean, given what happened to Buzzsaw, though, you could have came up with a better pun. Do you
really?
know? Because Arnie turned the chainsaw into Buzzsaw's like his nuts. Like he chainsawed his nuts off,
Did
and
you
he
notice
said, "Oh, he had to
when
split." You know what I would have said? I would have said like, "Oh, he dropped the ball." Just
oh my
something a
god.
little bit better. I mean, I wasn't impressed with that pun.
Well,
If
maybe. I
I'm
mean,
really splitting hairs,
he did split him.
oh, he did something to him, yeah.
Yeah. Did you notice when he starts sawing Buzzsaw from he saws Buzzsaw from the crotch, and he starts sawing him up from there. But there's a bit where Buzzsaw's voice goes really high pitched. It's very funny.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
to
Now,
be honest, I didn't envy that death scene. You know when you see a death scene and you're like, damn, I don't want to go that way.
yeah,
That's not how I want to go.
that's that's that's
Definitely
not
not.
ideal. No, he
Yeah.
wasn't even wearing a groin guard.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
um,
All his years of killing people, and he didn't think to wear
yeah.
any armor down there.
It's worth knowing that Buzzsaw is the reigning champion as well of the Stalkers. There you go. He's
Oh,
been the most proficient.
no, not anymore.
Not anymore.
I
It
wonder if
must
he had
be.
kids.
Yeah, you could actually imagine that the network sells like action figures of these guys and all to kids. But
Yeah, a bit like the boys. You know how like the boys are like in the boys that the superheroes are all just like basically corporate figures and there's
mm,
action figures and stuff of them, but they're really like corrupt dickheads.
yeah,
You know?
oh,
I'd say in this world there was definitely like merchandise for this show.
100%.
Um
One of my sort of favorites, just because he's so fucking odd, is Dynamo. he's he's this
is he the electric guy with all the
yeah,
lights?
he's this
Yeah, yeah.
he's this operatic electric wielding dude who goes around in this odd vehicle, and he wears this armor that's all full of lights, and he's just so fucking odd. um,
Well, you forgot the main thing that makes him weird. He goes around in this car singing opera music
yeah, yeah.
out loud. As he's driving around, he's like, "Oh, oh," as he's shocking people. Yeah, he's a weirdo.
I think whoever come up with him is fucking genius. But it's interesting to note as well because the stalkers are very brutal. They've no mercy. But when Dynamo is about to be killed, like he's not exactly meeting his end gracefully. He's begging for the network to go to commercial, and he's begging for mercy, and he's very pathetic when he's on the back foot.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Ben has to make a decision here because should he kill Dynamo or not? And he decides not to. He said he won't kill a helpless man, even a sadistic one like himself. And
yeah.
the crowd aren't too happy about that. But his death later,
I'd say, sorry to interrupt you, but I'd say that's probably the one point in the film where Richards actually does something to help his reputation.
yeah,
Because, like, he's trying to come across as innocent, but he's doing nothing to. This is the one moment where he actually does show mercy. And yeah,
yeah,
just wanted to point that out.
yeah.
But anyway,
But yeah, the crowd aren't too happy that he showed mercy. But Dynamo's death later on is like, it's really pathetic and funny. Like he's trying to assault the woman, and he's
mm,
got like his trousers down, and um Basically, he ends up
Yeah,
being electrocuted to death with his big white briefs on display, and it's like, oh my god, that's so pathetic.
I know he looks like such a dork. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but he's really overweight and he's being really creepy, and he's wearing all these lights, and he's just there in his Y fronts, and he dies with his ass in the air, basically,
yeah, that's
like by being electrocuted by a sprinkler.
yeah,
It's just it's a
yeah.
very pathetic death. Yeah,
What I do
it's
like
so
about
sad.
that
It's
as
so
well is
sad.
that the woman saved herself, so she doesn't always need someone stepping in to help her. It was good to give her
Mm.
that, to show that she's not just a completely helpless damsel in distress. I like that they got her to get one of the kills.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, up until this point, she was just kind of in trouble for most of the film.
Yeah,
Um,
and
so it was
herself
like that.
actually, she's in there for the same reason as Ben, in that she got punished for trying to do the right thing. She wanted to. She was looking for the original footage of the Bakersfield massacre, and they caught her, and then they ended up throwing her into the Running Man show. So, um, yeah, both of
Yeah,
them
I
are.
liked how the commentators like they spin her story as well, and they make up lies about her to turn the audience against her.
That was so scummy the way they did that.
I
Like,
was
oh,
like,
she cheated on her
yeah,
exams. She's had three
mm.
boyfriends in 1 year. Like,
I
jeez.
know. I was like, well, that wouldn't really turn me off a person. Like, I mean,
No,
that's
not
not the
really.
worst crime known to man.
But it just shows the
She
perception
went
of
on
the
a few
people.
shitty dates. Like,
But it just shows the perception of people in this world where that might be seen as a big negative. Like,
yeah, and they said something like, and her and Richards were secret lovers,
yeah,
and all this, and just to get the crowd to not like her.
absolute
Yeah.
scummy. Um,
The thing is, though, she kind of deserved it though because earlier in the film she did betray Richards, and
no, I don't blame her for that at all because she thinks he's potentially an unhinged maniac and he hasn't really shown her otherwise.
well, actually, that's a good point, Stephen. She kind of had the right to do that. Like she was in a populated place and he was holding her by the neck. He wasn't exactly being very friendly to her.
He threatened to break her neck. He said, I could snap your neck like a chicken." So I would be a bit easy on her, to be fair, Jack.
Actually, actually, to be honest, now that I think about it, she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, like what reason does she have to think that he's innocent? Apart from, I guess, she's probably a little suspicious of. Oh no, she isn't at all at that point. It's later on when the network are showing what happened at the airport, and she's seeing that that's not actually what happened, and then that prompts her to go look for the Bakersfield footage. But at this point, all she knows is that a guy who is probably a fucking maniac who gunned down innocent people is in her house, threatening her
Mm.
to get him to another country. Threatens to snap her neck like a chicken if she acts up.
Yeah, like Annie basically holds her hostage.
Mm.
I mean, this is the main character that we're rooting for.
This is the main
Uh,
character I root for, and he's threatening to snap an innocent woman's neck. Now, we as the
yeah, no,
audience know
I
he
take it back.
probably.
She didn't deserve to be on the show.
No,
I
not
take
at
it back.
all.
She got more shafted than Arnie did.
You fell for their propaganda, Jack.
Oh man, the creators of the show brainwashed me.
They
I'm
got
one of
you.
their victims.
You were like, boo, yeah, put her into the show.
And you know what? I shed a tear when Sub-Zero died, like everyone else in the audience.
Yeah. Did you did you stand up for your moment of silence?
I bowed my head in thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. I thought that was so funny, that whole like let's have a moment of silence for our fallen warrior and all this.
Oh,
There's
shit, yeah.
there's a really funny bit when he is taking her through the airport and he's wearing this hideous shirt and she's warning him that she gets travel sick. She goes, I might puke on you. And he goes, with this shirt, you probably won't even notice if she got sick on it because it's just a mess of color.
Yeah, and if ever like you wanted to like be in disguise that you're going to Hawaii, like Arnie basically nails it because he has the sunglasses and the Hawaiian shirt and a sun hat. I'm like, yeah, good disguise there. That's very, very creative. Yeah.
Yeah. The, the bit where they're going through the airport has some funny bits on it, like where he has to rifle through her handbag to look for something
Also,
because.
Arnie's plan doesn't work here because like he wants to use her travel card, right? But they get to the beginning of they get to the line and he's like, okay, where are your travel cards, plural? And only because the people behind him were being pushy that they just let them through.
That's a good point.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that's
Arnie didn't really think that far ahead here.
yeah. I mean, you could
Yeah,
have had that as the reason why they were caught, but I guess it's important that it's your one that does it because we need that kind of like, oh shit, I might have done the wrong thing moment for herself. But
yeah. I mean, I think she does go through those layers of like doubting whether or not she should have sold him out. But thinking about it now, she was absolutely in her right to do that. Like
yeah,
she was just exercising in her sitting room, and next thing you know, she's getting throttled and dragged to the airport against her will.
yeah,
Let's call a spade a spade.
yeah. I mean, he says he's innocent, but don't they all? You know,
I know the butcher, whatever his nickname was,
Butcher of Bakersfield.
the butchers of Bakersfield busts into your apartment and threatens you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's like, what else are you gonna do?
and he doesn't exactly seem like a very friendly dude.
Yeah, he does nothing to kind of charm her or anything like that, or
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
win
like,
her over.
I was framed, and then moments later, I'll snap your neck like a chicken if you give me up. I'm like, come on, dude. But
It's like, dude, you're not helping yourself here.
yeah. So later on, we have Fireball as well. He's got like his jetpack and flamethrower, and we find out that there was oh no, I think I got that wrong. Actually, sorry. Yeah, it's in that scene where we find out that the contestants who were supposed to win actually were dead. But yeah, Fireball's kind of later in the movie. But so Ben takes out Sub Zero, he takes out Buzzsaw, and um, I don't think at this point he's taken out Dynamo when the crowd start rooting for Ben. So the crowd can like place bets to win prizes, like the Running Man home game, which doesn't sound very fun. But
Mm.
one of the people's given a chance to bet on like who'll get the next kill, and she says Ben Richards, and Killian's like, no, like you have to pick one of the stalkers, and she's like, I can pick whoever I want, and she picks Ben. So the crowd start to really get behind Ben, which starts to worry Killian.
Mm.
So they start to formulate this plan where they sorry, I just got a little message here. Apologies. They're going to use Captain Freedom, played by Jesse the Body Ventura, who's also in Predator with Arnie. So they're basically going to
Mm.
fake footage to make it look like Captain Freedom has killed Ben Richards to try and swing the crowd back. So that's another example of using their like camera bullshittery and their special effects and their deep fake to control the narrative.
Yeah, and this is what you're saying about deepfake, and it's totally accurate because that is kind of what they do here. They get a dude with a body like Arnie's and they superimpose Arnie's face onto it,
Yeah,
so that the crowd think he's dead.
yeah,
Um, and like like I said before, for the '80s, for science fiction, like science fiction back then was things that we couldn't do at the time. But it's like now we just call that deep fake because that's something that's been invented now.
yeah, or AI or any of that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, you could literally do videos like that in AI, people getting murdered and stuff like that if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So
yeah,
they,
man.
yeah, I like this Captain Freedom guy. So he's like an ex stalker who's now a commentator, and he's I like this bit for his character where he's against the idea because he's seen it as like there's no honor in it and stuff like that. But to be fair, surely he's worked at the network enough to know that they're full of trickery and bullshit. So I'm not sure why he's all that surprised. But
Yeah, it was strange that the film took the time to give him a little character moment like that because I didn't really see it coming because given how much depth we got with the other stalkers.
yeah,
But this guy, he actually had a bit of a moment of like he wasn't comfortable with that. Like he wanted to
yeah,
fight and fire. And I was like, okay, well this guy has some.
mm,
Out of all the stalkers, I guess I'm rooting for this guy because
yeah.
he had that moment.
He has this kind of like he wants it all to be like fair and square sort of thing. Although, I mean, that's never going to be the case with the stalkers versus the runners because the stalkers are just equipped with all this madness. But Yeah, but it was interesting that he didn't want to do it. And it's this fake footage that is one of the parts that's quite brutal, because not only does he kill Arnie, he kills a fake version of the woman as well, where he actually lifts her up and snaps her neck and then throws her into barbed wire. It's quite brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was looking at it and I was kind of confused for a minute, but then I remembered, like, he does show a few minutes previous that they were animating it, and sure enough, Arnie is down in the they're kind of down in the Undercity area now with the guy who helped get the locks off them when they broke out of prison.
Yeah.
And that kind of Undercity area really reminded me of the Undercity area in Demolition Man, and that's what drove me to Demolition Man initially when I was. Well, that's what made me think of it when I was watching this, was those scenes where they're in the underground, uh, away from the main society.
Yeah.
I could definitely see the similarities there. Yeah, and also Arnie's rude to this guy, this guy who has no reason to help him in the Undercity. And this guy already doesn't like him because he used to be a cop who arrested a bunch of his buddies, and Arnie's rude to him.
Yeah.
It's like, pick your battles, pal.
Yeah, yeah, like
Stop pissing off everyone.
try and get someone on your side. But yeah, it's this group of people that help Arnie. So basically, they end up proving that the footage from the Bakersfield massacre is fake. The death of Ben Richards was fake, and that the network has been lying to people, and that they're full of shit, and they're just trying to control and manipulate people. So they end up being able to prove that with the help of these guys, and they come back to the studio because Arnie said he will be back, and he said that he doesn't want to be a liar, so he comes back to get revenge on Killian. It's
Yeah,
very go for it.
yeah. Go on.
No, you go on, jump on in.
Well, I was gonna say, well, like I was saying earlier, the bit that I wanted to come back to was this bit, the bit where he goes back to the studio with like a rebel force, and now by this point, all the members of the audience know that this shit is fake and Killian's a fraud. Arnie really didn't have to, like, I know that Killian's men were firing at them, but he's firing back, and he's trying to clear his name of not opening fire upon innocent civilians. So I'm
Right.
like, you just cleared your name, and now you're in a room of innocent civilians, and you're just shooting lads left and right. Now he didn't actually kill anyone who was innocent, but he definitely could have.
Yeah. There is a
It doesn't do
moment.
much to help his reputation of not massacring people.
Yeah. There is a moment to do make a note of showing him saying, "Oh, get these people out of here." But I still get your point. Yeah.
I'm just
Um.
saying, like, for a man who's just cleared his name, it's the last thing he wants to do
Yeah.
is to bring a
Exactly.
gun
Yeah. Yeah.
into a TV studio
Yeah.
that the whole world is watching.
And then you got to
You
ask the
can see
question.
how even the people watching it at home on TV would misconstrue that.
Mm.
You know?
Another thing is, if the original footage was fake and very realistic looking, what's to say that this one isn't also fake? So if you're those people, would you maybe be like, well, who is actually telling the truth?
Well,
You
it's a good point because, Arnie may have put a stop to this show and he may have put a stop to everything, but, like, that government is still in charge and they could just do another show and then mix around the footage again.
yeah,
They
yeah,
could frame him again.
yeah. But the footage proving that Killian and the network are lying, I mean, that could be fake. Who knows?
Well, yeah, this is it.
It's an interesting idea, like, of when things can be so convincing, and like how do you know who to believe and all this kind of stuff. It's interesting. But yeah, so Arnie finally gets his revenge on Killian, and I think it's very satisfying. And I love the way the actor plays this. The actor who plays Killian. He's just, he's trying to do his whole thing of like, he's like,
Mm.
Ben, I know you're angry and you've every right to be, and all this. And then he starts going on about ratings and how ratings are what's the most important and all this. Um, but
Oh, Arnie's like having none of it.
he's
He's
having
just
none of
like
it.
humoring him.
Yeah, Killian's such an asshole that his own bodyguard just walks away from him.
I know, yeah. This big tank of a man comes up, and you expect a big fight, but then the bodyguard's like, Nah, you know what? You're a dick. I'm not fucking
Yeah.
sticking up for you.
So if Killian was maybe better to his employees, then maybe it would have increased his chances of survival. But
Well, like, if you're the most famous man on the planet, which I'm taking it Killian is, you've a pretty big target on your head as it is. It's almost like this is kind of inevitable that he's going to make an enemy like this. Do you know? So
I
him
mean,
spouting off his philosophy as to why he does what he does at the end, it's like,
mm,
and the dude walking away from him, it's like you should have seen this coming. Like at least bring a gun with you on set or something to defend yourself with.
right.
You know?
But yeah, so he puts Killian in one of the things that sends you into the Running Man area, and it's going really, really fucking fast, and then it ends up flying into like a billboard with Killian, with a picture of Killian on it, which is
Yeah.
a nice fitting ending to the fellow. And then Arnie goes, "That hit the spot."
Yeah. A nice bit of tragic irony, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a pretty satisfying ending. So I mean, really, it's about like Killian. You fuck about long enough, you find out.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You can only lie to the public for so long
Yeah,
before
your
you
karma
just
will
pay the
catch
price
up
for it.
on you.
Exactly. All this negative karma and all the people he's responsible for killing
Yeah,
finally caught up with him in the end.
yeah, yeah. So that kind of concludes the Running Man. I like it. I've quite a fondness for this movie. As I said, I've seen it when I was quite young, and I've watched it a few times since, and I just always really enjoy it. I love the concept. I love the stalkers, and for anyone who's a fan of the book, you just got to take this as its own thing. Really, I can understand if you'd be annoyed that the adaptation is so different. I believe that Stephen King isn't a fan of this adaptation, and
I was gonna ask you, what do you reckon? Like on a percentage scale out of 100, like how loyal would you say this is to the book?
oh, fucking like 10%.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
yeah, it's like you should. I'd be curious for you to read it and just. Oh, sorry, just got another message. Sorry, I keep getting a fucking message pop up on my screen. Um, yeah, I'd be curious for you to read it to see. Like, it's wildly different. I think when the new one comes out, you'll see, because I think that's going to follow the book a lot closer, I believe. But yeah, there's just very little that carries over from book to movie.
That's interesting, like because I've it's been the case with so many films that you see that are based on books where they just take so much liberty with the story that the story is just totally different by the time the film comes out.
Yeah, even thematically, they're very
You know?
different, because the other way something can carry over. The plot's very different, but the themes are kind of pretty much there. Not so much the
Yeah.
case in this one. Like, even the motivation from going into the Running Man game show is very, very different in the book. So, like, in this one, he's forced into it. In the book, he opts into it because he feels he has no choice, because the only way he can get money for the medicine for his daughter. So, yeah. So that was the Running Man.
Mm.
I give it a thumbs up. Jack, have you changed your mind since the beginning? Have you thought, oh, they done Dynamo dirty? I'm giving this a thumbs down.
You know what? Dynamo. Yeah, no, well, look, it is a very satisfying watch because a good villain, a good satisfying conclusion of a villain, in my opinion, is someone who gets their comeuppance
Yeah,
for doing like a series of reprehensible acts, which
yeah,
is basically what this guy Killian does. He's such a piece of shit, but he's so successful and everyone loves him, and you just really want to see him get his comeuppance. And so when he does, it's like really satisfying to see
yeah,
his downfall.
yeah. They
Um,
do it. They do a good job of making you root for his downfall.
Definitely, yeah, and I like that when villains are written like that. It's like they're so hateable that
Yeah,
you're so invested in their journey to see how it ends.
yeah. Now you could say it enters the
Yeah.
realm of cartoonish, and some villains are cartoonishly evil, but it can still be, it can still be
You know what,
satisfying.
right? If you told me that this was based on a comic book rather than a Stephen King novel, I believe it sooner
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
the character designs and the set designs and the costumes, like Arnie's costume, he's basically like, and the his female character, what's her name? Their costumes are
Amber.
amber. Yeah, their costumes are basically like spandex superhero suits.
Yeah.
you know, and Dynamo is basically like, you know, a shitty kind of discount, not a shitty version, but like a discount, pathetic looking version of Electro or something. He has electric powers. You know, if you
Yeah.
told me this is a comic book, I'd absolutely believe it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, he basically has superpowers, just shooting electricity.
Yeah, I love when Arnie first meets Dynamo. He goes, "Hey, Christmas tree," because you know he's covered in lights.
What was Fireball? What a hothead.
What a hothead! Yeah,
It's just Arnie is spewing puns like there's no tomorrow in this one.
yeah. Like when he goes into the studio and he meets Killian, he's like, "Hey, Killian, it's showtime."
Yeah. It's like drop dead, and then he goes to Killian. I don't do requests.
Oh yeah.
I like that line.
And he goes, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm learning from you. I'm giving the people what they want."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's full of great lines in this. Yeah.
yeah. I'd love to be able to do his
Um,
voice on command. Unfortunately, this is the best I can do.
mm. But it
Yeah,
is good. It's really really enjoyable. I have to say, I'll give it a big thumbs up.
yeah. I'm interested to see
Um,
the new one to see how they compare in terms of how much I like them. I know they're going to be very different story wise, but it'd be interesting to see. I believe the reviews for it so far aren't very good, from what I've seen. But
mm.
I look forward to giving it a watch.
Is that only new like out this year?
Oh yeah, like it's only out like maybe was it even just last week? Maybe I'm not sure,
I
but
think
it's very recent. Yeah,
I'll have to
uh,
check it out. So I do know they were also remade Total Recall in like 2005 with Colin Farrell and Kate Beckinsale.
yeah. I don't think that was very
And
good
that
at all.
film is like, I don't even know if it's a remake because by my memory of that film, it's totally different to Schwarzenegger's version. Like, there's so many differences.
Yeah,
Now, I don't know if Total Recall is based on a book now because I'm kind of new to Schwarzenegger
it
films.
is.
I've only
Yeah,
started watching them
it's based on a
recently.
Philip K. Dick book, and yeah,
But
again,
is it the same story where they rebooted the film because the first film wasn't that accurate to the book? Is it that kind of case?
I don't know. I don't know what their motivation was, or if just like everyone loves Total Recall, let's do it again. I don't know. you know.
How mad would it be if just all the Schwarzenegger films that were based on books get rebooted because Schwarzenegger just took over the whole film and they're all really inaccurate and the authors are really unhappy with
Yeah,
them?
yeah. They do Cujo and it's just Arnie in this big dog suit and he's going around getting revenge on people.
Yeah. Actually, come to think of it, they rebooted Conan, didn't they? With Jason Momoa.
They
So
did,
it's like a
yeah,
bit of a common trend with Arnie flicks that they just get rebooted.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Um,
but yeah, so yeah, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. And if you want to join our Patreon, you can do so for free, or you can become a member and get early access and exclusive content. If you enjoyed our Battle of the Batmen, then you members can vote on what we do next for our next fiction fight tournament. So your options are Batman villains, action heroes, or horror villains. So if you want to give a vote, go check out the link in the description. All right,
I
Jack.
have I have a quick question about your options, right?
Yes.
One of your options is Batman villains. Now, the last time we talked about DC villains, I made an absolute balls of it. And I just have to ask, are you using this as an excuse to bring up the Condiment King again?
I actually I am not, but I was thinking about at some stage doing like, you know, Z tier Batman villains and putting the Condiment King in there. But mainly so you could have the satisfaction of voting against them.
Oh, he's if it's up to me, he's getting knocked out immediately.
We'll put him in a tournament where it's like these ridiculously overpowered superheroes, so he just has no chance. And
You
he
know
just
what, right? Condiment King is so pathetic that Batmite could defeat him. And
get
Batmite was a character that hasn't been seen since like the 70s.
Yeah.
That's how kind of unpopular he was.
Yes, I remember Batmite, yeah. I think Alfred might be able to take the Condiment King. I don't know.
Oh, Alfred would whoop his ass, man.
Yeah. Whilst being a
He's an ex
smarmy prick.
MI6 agent. He's basically like a retired Bond.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah.
So Jack, where can everyone find you and your fantabulous works?
You can find me on Instagram at Tales of Centerverse. I'm doing a giveaway at the minute. for the readers of Pirate Hunter. So if you've read my graphic novel, send me a message on Instagram. I'm doing a giveaway to all my readers. And I've just started a new TikTok page. It's at Jack Markham 27, and I'll be selling merchandise on that very soon. I'm just waiting for the red tape to clear off, you know.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Or you can look up my graphic novel on www.talesofcentiverse.com. That's where you can find me.
And I highly recommend you do. Also, just to announce that Miles and Mary Ashbury is now on Kindle, so there'll be a link to the Kindle version in the description if you want to go and check that out. It's at a reduced price. So,
Brilliant.
yeah, if you like your
I,
horror, go check it out.
I've read Miles and Mary Ashbury, and it's a hell of a book. It's great.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much for that. That's
And if you're in a couple, like if you have a partner, like a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, it's such a fun book to read together because the main characters of the book are a married couple, and it's like a horror book, and it's so relatable, and yeah, it's a really good read.
yeah.
I
And
recommend it.
poor Nicola, because the main question I get about it is it autobiographical? I'm like, no, Nicola's nothing like Mary Ashbury.
Well, I fucking hope not, because Miles and Mary. Oh Jesus, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah, thank you. All right, everyone, if you enjoyed this, yeah, don't forget to give a like and subscribe and share and comment and all that bullshit. We'll be back again next week. Oh, Jack, I was thinking about covering another Hellboy movie, but maybe not the one you might want to. I was thinking about covering the David Harbour one to compare it to the Guillermo del Toro one. What would you say
Oh,
to that?
brilliant. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, right? When we were originally doing Hellboy, I bought that one on DVD because I actually anticipated this. I had a feeling that at some point we'd be doing the other Hellboy
Your
films, so I bought
planning has paid
the
off.
box set. So, yeah, well done, past Jack. You actually had a thought that worked.
Yeah, so we might be doing that within the next few weeks. Myself and Jack will have a chat about it anyway. I meant to ask him earlier and I forgot, so I thought I'd just ask him now. Okay,
I'm,
everyone.
I'm up for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally. I love Hellboy. I've gotten into Hellboy since that review. I've been reading the comics, and
that's
I love
fantastic.
I love that fucking franchise. Mark Mignola's class artist. I love him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to watch our Hellboy review, it'll be in our movies playlist. It's our most viewed video, so I'm delighted people are seeming to enjoy it. So, all right, everyone, we'll be back here next week. Bye bye.
Ta-ra for now.